Welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Christina, and I am looking forward to leading you through a 60-minute Vinyasa yoga practice to build heat from within, to shift prana in our body, and ultimately transform our state of mind. In today's class, we will be focusing on an important freedom achieved by yogis: freedom from negative emotions. To achieve freedom from painful states of mind, we must stop the seed of misunderstanding. We need to stop the way the mind turns things around. We need to go deep inside to find the source. When a yogi gains freedom from painful states of mind, they achieve the happiness of peace. To quote Master Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Chapter 2, verse 10 to 11, cutting off their flow requires the elimination of very subtle problems. These ways that the mind turns are eliminated by deep meditation. So, let's place our focus on becoming present in this practice today as we free ourselves from negative thoughts and find a greater sense of radiance and resiliency from within. Please come into an easy cross-legged seated position on your mat, rooting through your sit bones, reaching the crown of your head up toward the sky, finding a nice tall spine, placing your palms down in your lap, facing down for more of a sense of grounding, or have the palms facing up to infuse more vitality and energy into your practice. Lift the base of the skull, tucking the chin slightly in, and allow the eyelids to become heavy and flutter closed, leaving a tiny sliver of light to seep in so we don't get too sleepy. Relax and soften the muscles of the face, the skin around the eyes, forehead, in between the eyebrows, your cheeks. Release any gripping in the jaw. Feel the shoulders melting away from the earlobes. A slight squeeze of the shoulder blades behind you to melt open the heart center. Hugging the ribs gently in toward the spine, along with the belly button toward the spine, protecting the lower back, and becoming rooted into this present moment as we are about to embark on this journey to our inside world. You can start with a sweep of the body, an internal body scan, bringing your awareness to the crown of your head, envisioning the opening of this central channel at the crown of the head. And as you scan down the body, envision this liquid brightness, like liquid sunshine, entering through the crown of your head and permeating your entire physical layer. Scanning for any sticky spots or areas of tension. Allowing this light to shine on any areas of darkness in both the body or the mind. And this brightness has the power to ease all tension in your physical body and ease all afflictions of the mind. And now connect with what it is that's drawing you to take this practice today. Are you seeking freedom from painful states of mind? Is there a certain flavor or essence of a negative emotion that keeps showing up in your life that no longer serves you? Can you connect with this intention non-judgmentally, being gentle and kind to yourself today on this journey to becoming free from negative emotions? Begin to connect with your breathing. Just concentrating on the flow of air coming in through the nostrils and softly out through the nostrils or your mouth. Allowing the breath's natural rhythm and cadence to soothe you as we sink a little bit deeper into the depths of our subconscious. Letting the breath act as this portal to discovering the more unbeaten paths of the mind. And to further drop into our practice, let's count our breathing, each inhale and exhale being one, counting up to 10 in your mind. And if you feel distracted, just return the attention, lassoing it back to your breathing and rejoicing for noticing. And as you're getting closer to 10, dropping deeper and deeper into a more meditative state, strengthening your body-mind connection, training your focus and concentration. And once you've reached 10 in your counting, you can let go of the counting, returning and resuming your normal breathing. Sending your inhales deep into your belly. And exhale, anchoring yourself into the here and now. You can appreciate the fact that you're gifting yourself this time away from your usual tasks to tend to the garden of your mind. And when we're free from these negative states or emotions, what do you have more space to plant in this paradise that you are the engineer of? Get excited and apply this joyful effort into your practice today, letting this be the fuel that leads you through your asana as we start to wiggle the fingers. Come back into the space, back into your physical being, and flutter the eyes open. Welcome back. Let's get started. Inhale, sweep your arms long overhead. Give yourself a nice stretch. Press the palms together overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center, placing the palms down in your lap. Trying to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips as we start with some head rolls, slowly rolling the head in one direction. Not moving from the torso, just moving from the crown of the head, getting rid of some of those crunchy feelings in the neck and the shoulders. And breathing evenly and deeply here. Okay, the next time your chin is in toward your chest, take a pause for a moment and slowly reverse the roll in the opposite direction, envisioning like you're moving through this thick substance, like sticky honey. So there's some resistance here as we go nice and slowly, never pushing or forcing anything to happen. The next time your chin is in toward your chest, pause for a moment. And then lift your chin parallel to the earth. Good. Reach your right arm across the body, hugging it in with the left, and then draw the right shoulder down. Take a gaze over your right shoulder. Beautiful. Release the arm. Reach your right arm up, really like lengthening the right side of the body, and then bend the elbow, bringing the fingertips back. Reach your left arm out to the side, drawing the left thumb down, and reach as far back as you can, maybe reaching for the fingertips behind you, or you can just reach for the shirt you're wearing and pull it apart. See if you can press the back of your head into the right arm so you're sitting up nice and tall, and we'll stay here for 3 breaths. You can close the eyes down if you wish. Giving ourselves ample amount of time to open up for our practice today. Release the fingertips or the t-shirt or your strap and slowly unravel the same way you came into the posture. Now reach the left arm across the body, hug it in with the right, and dropping your left shoulder down as you softly gaze over to the left side. Release the arm, reach your left arm up, really lengthen the left side body, then bend at the left elbow, bringing the fingertips in between the shoulders, top of the back. Reach your right arm out to the side, internally rotating it, and imagine like you're reaching for something behind, finding space in your shoulders as you reach for your fingertips behind you. It's okay if they're not touching. If you have a strap nearby, this could be a good place to practice with the strap for a little bit more support. Just warming up the shoulders for our practice. Slowly release, unraveling, and bringing the palms gently down into your lap. Beautiful. Let's crawl the left fingertips out to the side, placing the left palm flat down. Sweep your right fingertips forward and then alongside the ears. Press into the left hand. Breathe into the right side body and exhale, maybe come down onto your left forearm. Making sure that the right sit bones stay rooted into your mat. Moving nice and slowly today so we can really begin to link our breath with the movement. Letting the breath act as our main focus of our attention. Good. Slowly round the back. And we'll come on over to the other side, bringing the right fingertips down, sweeping the left arm over the ear, really shining the heart open. Breathe in and exhale, reach over, maybe coming onto the right forearm, feeling the expansion in your left rib cage, and staying for 3 long, deep breaths here. So it's important to become present in this moment, as it can be somewhat anxiety-inducing when we're living in the past, dwelling on things that happened that we have no control over, or living too far into the future, worrying about what might happen. So it's important to find these practices where we can become fully present and come into a place of total awareness. Inhale, come back to seated. And let's find child's pose on the mat. Bring your big toes together to touch. Draw the knees about as wide as your mat, sitting your hips toward your heels. Reach your fingertips forward. Press the forehead into the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Okay, really reach the fingertips forward. Imagine like you're trying to reach for something at the top of the room. Press the palms together overhead, and then draw Anjali Mudra behind the head. If you wish, you can wiggle your elbows a little bit further forward, getting a nice stretch in between the back, mid-back, behind the shoulder blades. Good. Release the arms forward, looking forward. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and prop yourself up to hands and knees. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Spread all 10 fingers really wide, even pressing the knuckles into the mat. See how that creates a sense of space behind the shoulder blades. And if you wish, you can activate Ujjayi breath now, breathing in through the nostrils, exhale through the nostrils. This oceanic sounding breath. Good. Breathing in and exhaling. On your next inhale, tuck the toes, drop your belly, lift your hips, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, bring the tops of the feet down, round the back, belly button toward the spine. Good, like a cat. Inhale, tuck the toes, slowly undulate the spine, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the back. Beautiful. I invite you to close the eyes down now, creating this internal experience and adding in any intuitive movements you wish to do for the next 5 rounds of breath. So this can look very different for each individual and different each time, really just freestyling, listening to what your body needs. Some offer as guidance, you can bring the fingertips toward you to open up the front of the wrists as you move through cat-cow, making sure to keep a soft bend in your elbows to protect. And really taking the full inhale to get the benefit of the posture. And when it's time to exhale is when you start to round the back. Doing this for 2 more rounds of breath. Good, and then on your next inhale, you can flutter the eyes open, come back to neutral spine tabletop position, press through the right palm, reach the left arm up. Exhale, thread the left arm through the right, bringing the side of the head down and pressing firmly into your right palm. You can reach the right fingertips forward, or maybe reach the right arm up, internally rotating it and wrapping it behind the back, maybe reaching for the left hip crease, taking 2 breaths here. Slowly unravel the same way you came into the posture. Right palm comes beside the face. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, bring the left palm down, grounding through all 4 corners of the left hand. Reach your right arm up. Exhale, thread the right arm through the left. Pressing firmly into your left palm. Good. Maybe reaching the left fingertips forward or coming in for that bind. So we'll be getting into some more binds today in our practice. It's important to always internally rotate the arm, so draw the thumb in. Starting to build this heat in the body from the inside out. Press the left palm beside the face, reach the right arm back up. Exhale, bring the right palm down. Beautiful. Let's tuck the toes. Lift the knees off the mat about 2 to 3 inches. Squeeze your belly tight for 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels down toward the earth. Lift your hips high. Finding downward facing dog, shaking the head yes and no. Shaking off any negative emotions that might be lingering. Breathe in, exhale, let go of any distractions. You can let an audible sigh out of the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, let go of what's no longer serving you. Creating the state of mind that we wish to achieve, total freedom from negative emotions. Bend your knees, look forward, and tiptoe your way toward the top of the mat. Finding Uttanasana, measure hip width distance with 2 fists in between your feet. Grab opposite elbows, gently sway side to side. Give your head one more shake. Beautiful. Release the arms. Slowly rise up to stand, stacking your spine vertebra by vertebra. Really taking your time here. Allowing the head to arrive last. And once the head is stacked over the shoulders, squeeze the tops of the shoulders toward the ears and exhale, draw them down the back. Finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms face forward, finding this energy reaching through your fingertips. So we're not just standing here, we're really like making this active. Lift your toes and then toggle the weight between your toes and your heels. Maybe even swaying a little side to side until you find that perfect center. Naturally, you might pause, envisioning these roots growing through the arches of your feet, anchoring you into this present moment. No living in the past or living in the future. We're here right now with how we're showing up to our practice today. It could be very different on different days. So show yourself this love and compassion for making it to the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up, lift up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips at your shins, straight spine, keeping the neck long, so looking straight down. Exhale, forward fold, plant the palms, step back to a high plank position. We can move forward and backward on the toes, getting a little bit of mobility in the ankles, squeezing your belly tight. Beautiful. Then bring shoulders over the wrists, bend your knees, bend your elbows, bringing your heart and your chin toward the earth, look forward. Inhale, slide into cobra, lifting your heart, keeping the elbows in close toward the rib cage, looking up. Exhale through the hands and knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips into the sky, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Good, warming up the body with this sun salutation. I find that these sun salutations are a great way to shake off any lingering energy. So forget about whatever happened earlier this day. Can you become fully present onto this mat, finding this place of contentment, becoming hyper aware of what's happening in the subtle body? Can you feel the breath and the prana moving? Bend the knees, look forward, step to the top of the mat, find half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise up. Utthita Stasana, maybe adding a little back bend in. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, moving a little quickly, a little faster now. Exhale, planting the palms, either stepping, or if you feel warmed up enough for it, float back into chaturanga, landing in bent elbows. Inhale, find cobra or upward facing dog. If you're in upward facing dog, knees off the mat, on the top of the feet, palms pressing through the earth. Exhale, squeeze belly button toward the spine, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. And don't worry, you don't have to be super static here. Make it your own, shake the head out. This could be a good place to flutter the lips. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Good, shaking it off, reminding ourselves not to take anything too seriously. Have fun with your practice. Good, bend your knees on your inhale, look forward, step or float to the top of the mat, finding Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine up, upward salute. Exhale, hands come together at heart center, arms come by your side, Tadasana. Let's add on from here. On your inhale, bring your big toes together to touch. Heels stay slightly apart. If you have anything going on with your lower back, you can keep the feet hip-width distance. Otherwise, sweep the fingertips along the mat, sinking your hips low. Imagine there's a chair behind you that you're sitting on, finding Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and make sure the weight is in the heels. A good way to do this is to look down at your toes, lift all 10 toes, and then lift your heart. 3 breaths here. Feel your thighs internally rotating and your sit bones widen, the tailbone is heavy, and your gaze is soft. Your expression is sweet. Lift the corners of your lips, creating this soft, inner knowing smile. Feel good about the work that you're putting in to achieve this freedom from negative emotion, and the freedom to get all the happiness that you deserve. Inhale, exhale, fold over the legs. Nice work. Breathe in to lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, stepping or hopping back, moving through your flow. And know that the vinyasas are always optional. So if it feels like a little bit too much today, you can skip a flow, go straight to downward facing dog, or rest in a pose that feels most supportive for you, maybe a child's pose. Inhale, sweep your right heel up and back. Exhale, look forward, take a big step forward with the right foot, finding a low lunge position. From here, drop your left heel down and then place your right palm to the inside of the right foot. If you have blocks at home, this could be a good place to place a block on whichever setting is most supportive for you. We're coming into an extended side angle. So press your right arm into the right knee And then sweep the left arm over the ear. Nice long line, the whole left side body. You're reaching forward with the left fingertips. And then you're pressing back through the left sole of the foot. Good. See if you can draw the left shoulder back. And now we're going to practice some binds. If you have binds in your practice, reach the left arm up, draw the left thumb in, wrap it behind the back. Good. Staying here, looking up and over the left shoulder. Or if you want to go for the full bind, bend the right elbow, reach it through the right leg, grabbing for left fingertips or left wrists. Good. Feel the inner thighs working a little bit of balance here as well. Awesome. 3 more breaths. You've got this. Notice how we have to become fully present using our breath. Don't hold the breath here in these challenging postures. Good. Release the bind. Place the right palm down inside of the foot. Reach the left arm over the ear. Bring the left palm down. Lift your left heel. Sweep the right arm up. Exhale, bring the right palm down. Kick the right heel up and back. And then open up the right hip. Bending the right knee. Dropping the right shoulder down so there's even weight in both palms, and begin to circle at the right ankle. Shake the head a little side to side. Good. You can stay here or take a big step back with the right foot, lifting your hips high for Wild Thing. Inhale, come back. 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the right foot down, downward facing dog, or if you want to move through Vinyasa, you can try 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, both tops of the feet down. Exhale into downward facing dog. Awesome. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale. Feeling your sit bones widen. Beautiful. We're going to do that on the other side. Inhale, lift the left heel up and back. Exhale, look forward, taking a big step with the left foot forward, finding low lunge. Good. Now we can drop right heel down. We'll come to face toward the camera, dropping the right heel down. Good, bringing left palm inside of the left foot, and then sweep right arm over the ear. Good, so we're reaching with the right fingertips, pressing back through the right blade edge side of the foot. There should be this long line of energy reaching through the right side body. See if you can look underneath your right arm, or see if you can even look underneath your right palm so we keep the neck long. All right, keep your left knee over the left ankle, and let's play around with those binds. Make sure you don't hold the breath. I know it can be constricted in the binds, but they're really gonna help you move through this posture. Reach the right arm up. Internally rotate the arm, reach back. See if you can bring it behind the back. Now bend the left elbow, reach underneath your left thigh, grabbing for the right wrist or fingertips, and then looking up and over your right shoulder. We're spending 5 breaths here. Breathing in fully, exhaling completely. Coming into this place of focus, becoming present in the present. Using our practice to purify any negative emotions. We don't want to see those negative seeds ripen, so we use this practice, we use our mindfulness to eliminate that. 2 more breaths. I know your front thigh might be on fire, but you've got this. Awesome. Slowly release. Come back to extended side angle. Release the right arm down, lift the right heel, sweep the left arm up for a twist, and then move through kicking left heel up and back. Yawn the hip open by bending the left knee. Go ahead, give your head a shake. Make sure there's even weight in both shoulders and palms as you circle out at the left ankle. Both directions. You can stay here or take a big step back with the left foot coming into Wild Thing. Squeeze your hips high. Exhale, kick the left heel up and back. Good, coming to downward facing dog or fleshing that out with the Vinyasa, maybe 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, both tops of the feet down where your shoelaces would be. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Nice work. From here, bring your big toes together to touch. Bend your knees, look forward. On your inhale, pounce to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your toes together, heels apart. Utkatasana, sitting even lower. Exhale, slowly pressing through the feet to rise up to stand. Bring your toes parallel. Close your eyes down. Good. Resist the urge to fidget. Feel your heart beating, maybe beating a lot faster. That was an intense sequence. Feel this sense of accomplishment. Using this practice to shake things up, shaking off any painful states of mind. We don't want those to linger in the body or the mind. And making more space for the happiness that we want. Maybe envisioning some of the highest qualities that you admire in a teacher or a mentor, and allowing that to be absorbed and imprinted in your mind today in our practice. Flutter your eyes open. Beautiful. Bend your knees. We're going to stretch it out. Bend your knees, tuck your chin, and slowly, imagine as if we're in this reverse race. Who can come down the slowest? Rolling yourself down, maybe swaying a little side to side, swaying the arms, shaking the head, taking your time to find this lazy version of a forward fold. We're going to bend the knees so much that the belly and thighs can completely rest on the belly and your chest can completely rest on the thighs. Good. Grab opposite elbows, shake the head, reach your hips high. Keep the connection of your ribs on the tops of the thighs. And we're going to come into some lengthening of the spine postures. So we did all these twists. Now we're going to lengthen. With your two peace fingers, scoop up your big toes, finding a yogi toe lock. Press your big toes into the peace fingers and then pull up onto the big toes. So there's some resistance here. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, drape yourself over your thighs. Elbows come out to the side. Let the crown of your head hang heavy. Each inhale, can you lift up a little, squeezing belly button toward the spine, and exhale, hinge from the hips, reaching forward, folding yourself in half. This is excellent for relaxing our nervous system. Give your head a little shake side to side. We don't want any tension in the neck. Letting go, using this practice to release anything that we're holding on to. Good. So moving through, creating this freedom in our body to create this freedom in our state of mind. Using your breath intentionally, inhale and exhale, sinking a little deeper. Can you relax the muscles of your face? Soften the expression, creating that sweet Mona Lisa-like smile. Beautiful. Release the toes, come into a half lift, straighten the legs for a moment. Or we're gonna get one more opportunity to do that. Bend the knees again. Good. You can do the same variation we just did, or if you wanna just rest in regular forward fold, you can. Alternatively, lift the toes and arches of your feet, sliding your palms underneath with the toes facing toward you, letting your toes graze your wrists. Press your toes into your wrists. Inhale, pull up onto the soles of the feet. Exhale, forward fold, elbows slightly come out to the side, hips reach high, maybe pressing the backs of your knees toward the back of the room. Good, keeping the connection of the belly on the thighs, feeling this huge opening behind the shoulder blades. We did all those fun but intense binds, so this is such a nice way to stretch out the area after. 3 more breaths here, big breaths in through the nose. Exhale, imagine this weight at the crown of your head that wants to reach toward the earth. Beautiful. Soften the expression. If you feel like you're holding your breath, take a big exhale. And release the bind. Good. Bringing your hands toward your waist. Lift up halfway, pressing your crown toward the front of the room. And with a straight spine, slowly rise to stand. Good. Lift the base of the skull, tucking the chin in. Sometimes those deep forward folds have us feeling a little lightheaded. So we're going to take 3 breaths here to reconnect to the earth. Good. Finding your body here and now on the mat. Locating the quality of the mind. Fully present in this moment. Maybe you feel a little bit differently than you did at the beginning of practice already, about at the halfway point of class. Noticing how when we move mindfully, when we breathe intentionally, we can release ourselves of the shackles of negative emotions. Beautiful. Flutter your eyes open. Let's take a big step back with the left foot, finding a wide-legged straddle of the mat. Pigeon toe the feet so the toes are slightly pointing in, and let there be some buoyancy in the knees so we're not like hyperextending the knees. Good. Reach your arms up, find a flying warrior, press your palms together, look up. Exhale, come into a wide-legged forward fold, bringing the hands down, maybe underneath your shoulders. Letting the yogis choose their adventure today. Maybe you have flexibility and space in the hips to come a little bit deeper, bringing the crown of your head down, maybe holding outside of the heels, whatever feels good to you. We're gonna spend 5 rounds of breath here. Awesome. This is a good way to prep for a tripod headstand. If you have that in your practice, go ahead. Feeling the hips reach high. Bringing energy to the crown of the head. So the purpose of our yoga often is to work the energy from the root and come out toward the crown. All right, let's all bring palms underneath the shoulders, lift up halfway. Good. Start to heel toe your feet in. Good. Finding heels pointing in, toes pointing out, and then come into yogi squat, malasana. Hands come together in Anjali Mudra at heart center. Pressing fingertips in toward the sternum and allowing your elbows to open up the knees. If you want a little bit more support, you can use a block or a pillow underneath your seat. This will help bring the earth closer to you. Alternatively, if you have too much flexibility in the hips and you want to challenge yourself today, can you press away and lift up a little bit more? So it's like this, like hovering squat. Staying here, maybe closing the eyes down. Beautiful. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down, lift your hips high, parallel the toes to face forward, bend the knees as you slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Coming into Tadasana. We're gonna move through some standing balancing postures in this next sequence. We've worked the side channels of the body. So I want you to bring all of your awareness into the center of the body, moving through the crown of the head, rooting you here into this present moment. This is just a fun way to play with our focus and concentration. If you fall out of any of the postures, no big deal, just laugh it off, try and get back into it or take it down a different step. All right, let's close the eyes down. Start to draw your mind's eye and awareness into the left sole of your foot. Without looking down, wiggle your left toes and then plant each toe pad down. Stamping through the left foot, start to draw the energy up, left ankle, activating the muscles around the left knee, squeezing in your left glute and bringing your hands toward your waist. Good. Flutter the eyes open. Choose a spot in front of you that you can keep your focus on. So if it's distracting to look at me, find something that's not moving. If this is your drishti point, your focus point. And keep a soft gaze as you inhale, bring your right knee in toward your chest. Lengthen, lift up, take a beat in between each pose. So we're not using momentum here. We're moving very intentionally. Inhale, start to open up the right hip, finding your balance. And then let's come into Vrikshasana, tree pose. You can use your right hand to guide right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh or the shin, or you can bring the toes all the way down, whatever helps you to keep the hip open. And then press the thigh and the sole of the foot into one another. So they're both pressing into one another. You can bring the hands together at heart center. Soft smile, infusing this joyful effort into your practice and rooting yourself into this present moment. Feel really good about all of the amazing work that you're doing, demolishing these negative emotions and becoming fully aware of the happiness that you can achieve. Maybe you grow your branches up and out to the side. Maybe you even try and topple over to the side, finding a little bit of a crunch over to the right. Come back to center. Good. Really pressing through the left foot. If you want to play with your balance and your focus even more, you can lift your gaze to the part where the wall and the ceiling meet, not lifting your head, just your eyes. Make sure you're breathing. I know there's a lot going on here, but you've got this. Notice the level of awareness and presence that is required in these poses. Beautiful. Bring the hands together at heart center. Close from the hip, bringing the knee in. Now you're going to cross right leg over the left once or twice, finding an eagle wrap, and squeeze the thighs together. Reach your arms in front of you, and then bring right arm underneath the left. Give yourself a big hug or find eagle wrap with the arms. Squeeze the arms together, pressing down the elbows. Breathe in. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Good. Same thing. Find that spot in front of you that's not moving. Maybe you touch elbows to knee. 3 more breaths here. Laser sharp with your focus, becoming present in the present. There's nowhere else you need to be. Let your mind absorb the benefits of this focus practice. Slowly rise up to stand, release your arms, release your legs, let that all go and shake it off. Nice work. You can kick out the legs, twist out at the ankle. Make sure you drink a lot of water after this. Sometimes the calves can cramp up a little bit. Beautiful. And whenever you feel prepared, come back to Tadasana. You're going to close the eyes again, and we're going to take that journey back to the inside world. What's going on in the body? Maybe the whole left side of your body feels tingly. That's completely natural. We're going to even that out now. Come into that place of stillness. Not lingering in the past. Not obsessing or worrying about the future, just becoming fully focused into the here and now. Coming into this place of balance and equilibrium as you bring your awareness to the right sole of your foot, keeping your eyelids closed. Wiggle your right toes, and then place each toe pad down. Stamping through the right foot, really letting this right leg become sturdy and strong. So activate the muscles around the right knee. Squeeze the right glute in a bit as you bring your hands toward your waist. Hugging the ribs in, flutter your eyes open. Take a moment to find that drishti spot. Maybe it's the same spot that you used on the other side. And know that one side could feel very different with balance, and that's okay. Stamping through the right foot, inhale, lift your left knee in toward your chest. Grow a little taller, lift up, and start to open from the hip, preparing for Vrikshasana. Perhaps you come into the same variation of tree pose you did on the other side. Just be mindful never to bring the sole of the foot onto the knee joint. We want to protect the knee. Good. And then really press the sole of the foot and the thigh or the shin toward one another. Bring the hands together at heart center. Soft smile. Coming to that place of total awareness. Feeling good about your practice. Maybe growing your branches up and out to the side. Maybe toppling your tree over, training your focus, your balance, playing around here. Good. If you want to play around a little bit more, maybe doing that gaze lifting up, or if you want, just for half a second, close your eyes and then open them. Try it again, maybe even winking, closing one eye. Awesome. Bring your hands back together at heart center. Close the hip and then cross left leg over the right, finding the eagle wrap. It's okay to bring the toes down as a kickstand and then really squeeze the thighs together. So remember, bringing everything into the center, that place of total awareness. Reach your arms out to the side and bring left arm underneath the right. Big hug or eagle wrap with the arms. Draw the elbows down, take a breath in. Exhale, maybe sinking down a little bit deeper. We're gonna spend 3 breaths here. Whatever variation works for you. Slowly rise back up. Nice work, let it all go, shake it off. Letting go of any lingering distractions. Amazing. We're gonna do a light vinyasa to flush that out. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Bring your knees down, point the toes, set your hips toward your heels, forehead touches the mat. Extend your arms alongside your body, palms face up, and release any constricted breathing here. Taking 5 rounds of breath, taking this well-deserved break. Slowly roll yourself up to sit on your heels in hero's pose. Placing your palms on your lap. Palms facing up. Bring the thumb and the index finger together to touch. Close your eyes down. Activate the pelvic floor up and in and tuck your chin, creating this energy lock in the center of the body. Breathe in through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. Envision this brightness exiting out through the third eye and between your eyebrows. Good. Doing a few more breaths like this, activating this energy point of the body known for your intellect, your intuition, and deepest wisdom. Releasing and cleansing any misunderstandings of the way the mind works and the way the mind turns. And relax, flutter your eyes open. Bring one hip down. Bring your legs long in front of you, and you can scoot your hips toward your heels and roll all the way down, nice and slow. Beautiful. Like once your head, neck, and shoulders touch the mat, give yourself a big hug, squeeze your knees in toward your chest. Come into happy baby. You can grab the outside of your feet, thumbs over the soles of the feet. Keep your tailbone heavy and make sure that your head and your neck are rested on the mat. Just stay here. Good. Bringing the knees back in toward your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Nice. And then bring soles of the feet onto the mat. Extend the legs down the mat. Lifting the left knee toward your chest and drawing left knee across the body. Finding a twist, reach your left arm out to the side and let your body get heavy here. Starting to cool it down, slow down our movements. Maybe this sense of serenity is washed over you throughout this practice today. And slowly roll onto the back body. Bring the left sole of the foot down, extend the left leg down the mat. Bring your right knee in toward your chest, give it a squeeze, and then draw the right knee across the body. Reach your right fingertips out to the side. Another little supine twist here. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe your gaze goes over your right shoulder, moving the spine in each direction. Deepening the breathing. And slowly roll into the back body. Extend the right leg down the mat. Bring your arms alongside the body and then draw one leg into the air at a time. Legs in the air just to get the blood flow reversing in the opposite direction. You can let the legs be lazy here, maybe squeeze the toes and release. Circle out at the ankles, both directions. Maybe give your legs a shake, especially since we were doing those balancing postures for so long, taking the pressure off of our feet, off of our ankles. And just stay here for 10 rounds of breath, letting this cooling posture work its magic on you. As you start to drift back into that deep meditative state, three more breaths here. Good. Bend your left knee, bring the left sole of the foot down to the mat. Bend your right knee, bringing the right sole of the foot down to the mat. Walk your feet together to touch and let the knees open to the side. Press the soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can keep the arms alongside the body or maybe place the palms on the thighs just as like a slight added weight. I like to press the heels of my palms into the fleshy part at the top of the thighs, finding release in the lower back. Tuck your chin in. And then release. You can close the eyes down. Take the next minute to yourself in this restorative posture to absorb the benefits, the joyful efforts you've applied into your practice today. Lifting the fog that clouds our mind sometimes. Using this meditative movement practice to come into a place of total awareness and becoming clear on what type of seeds you can plant to create the conditions of happiness and freedom from mental afflictions. Now bring the palms outside of the thighs. Guide your knees together like you're closing a book. Extend one leg down the mat. Take up space on your mat. Maybe taking up space off the mat. Just let yourself fully get heavy here. And come into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Imagining like you're turning off a switch. Just letting everything relax. Every muscle and bone, the skin, the organs. Just you and the subtle body now. Has there been a shift in the quality of your mind? Can you carry this feeling of appreciation and awareness with you off the mat and into the rest of your day? Can you share the gift of mindfulness with others who could really use this peaceful exercise right now? Others that might be suffering from painful states of mind, becoming an inspiration and planting even more seeds for you to become free from your negative emotions. To conclude our practice, we can now bring up something we feel grateful for, something that you can get excited about. Even if it's something small, a roof over your head, a pen to write with, or a cat or pet to snuggle with. Always finding the opportunity for gratitude. Sealing your practice with this good merit that you've gathered here today. Dedicating your practice to someone or to many others that could really benefit from this exercise. And tapping into your innate deep wisdom. Hold on to this sense of freedom in your mind as you start to deepen your breath. Letting your breath awake your physical being again. Swallow. Notice the sensation of wetness in your mouth and feel the weight of your body resting here on the earth. Can you start to draw in sounds in your peripheral awareness? Smells or sensations in the body? Physical movement by wiggling your toes. Letting the head move a little side to side as you wiggle your fingers. Almost like you're waking up for the second time today as you reach your arms long overhead. Stretch your toes back, reach your fingertips back, lengthening the body. Exhale, let that go. Bend one knee at a time, bringing the soles of the feet onto the earth as you roll over onto whichever side of your choosing in a fetal position. Taking a few more restful breaths together as we prepare for our rebirth into this day, fresh new perspective, free from negative emotions, and ready to tackle any obstacles that might come into our path. Whenever you feel ready, you can use your top hand to guide you into an easy cross-legged seated position, keeping the eyelids heavy for a few moments longer. Bring your hands together at heart center. Let your chin fall into Anjali Mudra and then lift Anjali Mudra up to the third eye, grazing the thumbs in between the eyebrows. Maintain this sense of focus, creating the necessary spaciousness in your mind and your body to plant the seeds of the beautiful states of mind that are free from negative emotions. Thank you so much for applying your joyful efforts into your practice today. When you feel prepared, you can lift the chin, flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much. I hope that you really enjoyed this practice today, and I hope you have a sense of freedom in the mind. And take this practice with you off the mat. Maybe there's something you learned here today that you can share with someone else, helping to brighten up their state of mind as well. My name is Christina, and I hope to see you again soon on the mat. Have an awesome day.